2022 has come to an end, so welcome to 2023 everyone. I am already feeling homesick. So how about we take a look at what Nintendo released in 2022, that way everyone is happy.
So the first major release this year was Pokémon Legends Arceus, released on January 28th, and was a really interesting Pokémon game. It was a spin-off set in the Hisui region and had you traverse a big open world filled with Pokémon, and was a really good game all things considered. It's set far into the past where Pokémon and humans didn't get along very well and had you tasked with completing the region's first Pokédex. It was a really fun game, and though I haven't played it a ton, I can definitely see that it is a solid game. It wasn't a true open world Pokémon game, we had to wait for that a little bit, but it was fun to traverse the world and just catch Pokémon. You also had to craft stuff like Pokeballs, potions and revives yourself, which also had you hunting for materials. And overall was a really solid game to start the year off. Now at February 9th we've got the first Direct of the year, starting us off with Fire Emblem Three Hopes, connected to the 2019 game Three Houses. An announcement of Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp, Mario Strikers Battle League, which was an awesome announcement. The last we've seen of this franchise was in 2007 on the Wii, so it was definitely nice to see return. An announcement of the return of Salmon Run in Splatoon 3 titled Next Wave, showing off some new bosses, another trailer for Kirby on the Forgotten Land, Nintendo Switch Sports, what the f***? Holy shit, that's a sequel to the Wii series! This was basically the successor of Wii Sports, and I was so excited when they announced this. And I have always wanted to see Koizuki play volleyball on Switch. That was on my wishlist this year. And they announced Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Okay, solid direct, but why did Mario Kart DLC release 5 years after the Switch version came out? It's whatever though, because it's really cool we get new tracks in the first place. A week after the Nintendo Direct, the Pokémon Company did a Pokémon Presents, revealing Pokémon Scarlet and Violet, and I just want to say that I really like this trailer. It was obvious we would get a new generation because Sword and Shield released in 2019, and they do mainline releases about every 3 years, but I really like the build up and finishing off with some shots of what this game looked like, and damn, it looks better than Pokémon Sword and Shield. I never really was a fan of Legends Arceus art style, but some people did. They also revealed the starters and oh my god, Weed Cat! I love Weed! Oh yeah, and cats as well, of course. A few weeks later, we got Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and can you believe that I haven't played this game yet? I have a reason though, because I live in Europe and there are multiple languages on the front cover, but I don't want whatever the hell this is. I want an English copy. So I wanted to import it from the UK, but gave up halfway, but I should really do it, because what I've seen of this game is a good Kirby game. I'm not the biggest Kirby player in existence though, the only game I technically own from the Kirby franchise is Triple Deluxe, and that was a fun time, but never really dove back in. In Forgotten Land though, you can transform in some really silly things, like a car, a vending machine, or a fan, and I love it. It's also the first true 3D Kirby game, so I apologize, I'll get 9 copies now. Nintendo Switch Sports released in April, and it was fun for a few weeks. I played it with friends a lot and even some family members. It featured 6 sports, 3 returning from Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, and 3 new ones, with golf coming in the fall, which really shows me that Nintendo is just releasing games way before they are ready to launch. I prefer that they release a game complete, because by the time golf released in the winter, I already didn't care about this game anymore, and besides that, I could already play golf on the Switch. But the game itself, the content was kinda lacking. I get they were trying to copy Wii Sports, which in itself only had 5 games, but 1, that was a tech demo, and 2, that was bundled with the system, and this was released for €40 digitally and €50 physically. And came bundled with the leg strap, which could only be used in football. And I already owned this because I own Ring Fit Adventure. But it was a fun game, but after a little while it became old pretty quickly. What I just said about Switch Sports basically also applies to Mario Strikers Battle League, released in June 10th. It could have been a really solid game, but there was nothing there, which is basically the problem with every Mario sports game ever since 2010. Battle League was also the worst selling Mario game in the first week ever, so I hope Nintendo takes note of this and changes stuff up with their next Mario sports game, because this is just disappointing. After this, there were a few directs. Nintendo decided to not do a standard direct because E3 was cancelled, so they just spread out the information throughout the summer. A Xenoblade Chronicles 3 direct released, with the game releasing only a few weeks after the direct. I have heard people say it's a great game, but I am still plowing through the first one. I really enjoy this one, so I'll eventually get to this one. After this, there were a Nintendo Direct Mini and a Splatoon 3 Direct, releasing more information about the game. And after that, it happened. The second coming of Christ. You probably already know that I love Splatoon 3. I mean, I've made 4 videos about it at this point, and yep, another one is in the works. This game is phenomenal. It has great gameplay and amazing soundtrack, and no, this isn't just Splatoon 2.5. Although the gameplay is pretty similar to previous installments, which means it's almost completely replaces the older games, it is probably my favorite game on the Switch. The last major announcements came a week after Splatoon 3, in a Nintendo Direct. There they announced Fire Emblem Engage, Octopath Traveler 2 and Pikmin 4, holy shit! The last we heard of this game was in 2015, when Miyamoto said it was almost done, and then they just threw this game at us and said, let's get the fuck out of here! Nintendo also released 2 games that I don't have much to say about in October: Mario + Rabbids Sparks of Hope and Bayonetta 3. I wanted to buy Bayonetta 3, but I haven't played 1 and 2, I wanted to play those ones first. And Sparks of Hope was basically the same for me. I haven't played the first game, but I am planning on playing that soon. The last major release of the year was, or were, Pokémon Scarlet and Violet. And I have also talked about this game before. How it looks great, and I don't know how I said that, because yes, this game looks better than other Pokemon games, but it doesn't look that amazing. So I think I just said this out of the hype, because this game was truly amazing. A Breath of the Wild style Pokemon game was really fun, and I really enjoyed my time with this game.
And that is what Nintendo released in 2022. Now, besides Nintendo, there were some really good games released in 2022. We got stuff like God of War Ragnarok, Stray and Elden Ring, and there is much more to look forward to in 2023. We have The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which I predicted would be delayed a year ago, Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe and Pikmin 4. Man, do I look forward to these games. But for the next few months, I think I'm just going to play Splatoon 3 a bit more. So, thank you for watching, and see you next time.